President Biden's binge of regulations will severely damage the economy. Can they be reversed before it's too late? Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. Never before in American history has there been such an avalanche of major regulations the Biden administration has let loose in recent months. They'll cost the U.S. economy literally trillions of dollars in higher expenses and lost economic growth. Personal incomes will stagnate, the pace of innovations will be suffocated. Even before this tsunami of diktats, Biden's crew of ultra-leftists were gumming up the economy with these regulations. The Competitive Enterprise Institute estimates in a 2023 study that federal regulations then were costing us more than $1.9 trillion annually. That's almost 5 times the amount of money Uncle Sam collects each year in corporate profits taxes. But this year, the White House went into overdrive in pouring molasses into the gears of the economy. Through mid-May, the estimated costs of finalized regulations came to $1.2 trillion. The big one here is the EPA's tailpipe emissions rules, which are designed to force sales of EVs on unwilling buyers and force automakers to charge far more for traditional cars and trucks because of higher expenses. The Alliance for Consumers has tabulated the grim price of all this regulatory binging. Thanks to Biden, refilling the refrigerant of your air conditioner will cost you at least an additional $1,100. New water heaters will be $2,800 more expensive. Gas furnaces, nearly $500 extra. The purchase and maintenance of dishwashers and washing machines will rise more than $200 per unit. Light bulbs will be more expensive, hardly an enlightening achievement. Of course, Biden's feckless war against fossil fuels and his unwillingness to modernize nuclear regulation means we won't be producing the electricity we desperately need to meet surging demand from high-tech and developing nations. There will be a gusher of higher energy prices. Recent and past regulations have added $10,000 or more to the cost of a car, putting them increasingly out of reach for typical consumers. No wonder people are keeping their vehicles longer and longer. And on it goes. All this doesn't account for the reduced efficiency of so many appliances. When was the last time a new dishwasher could do the job on a load in an hour or less? Manufacturers are really taking it in the teeth. A study by the National Association of Manufacturers discovered that in 2022, regulatory compliance cost per employee per year was $29,100, more than twice the rate for all U.S. businesses. For manufacturers with less than 50 workers, the average was a staggering $50,100, probably 10 times or more than the average tax. Needless regulations add 75 basis points, 0.75%, to the interest cost of a mortgage, adding on thousands of dollars over the life of that mortgage. Fortunately, a determined new Congress and President in 2025 can undo much of this damage through legislation and executive orders. The Supreme Court may also help with 2 upcoming cases that could make it far easier to challenge these kinds of regulatory excesses in the court system. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.